Brothers, how's it going? It's your boy King E back again with another video. Just got off the court. Played a little bit of basketball today. Not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of hooping no more, just because basketball wasted my time. Just speaking for myself personally. If you're already financially free, like, yeah, you could be playing basketball, but once a week won't hurt. And I do it for cardio. You know what I'm saying? It's all about why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Used to love hooping. I used to hoop all day, every day, but it wasn't my purpose. I wasn't getting paid for it. So keep that in mind for you guys who are, who probably hooping all day. And you guys are not where you want to be in life. I don't think you should be hooping all day, especially if you're not, if you're just hooping for fun. You know what I'm saying? That's a time waster to me. That's just a time waster, just like video games, just like TV, just like movies. Even though, you stay in shape though. So depends on why you're doing it for. If you're doing it to get in shape, then that's fine. If you're playing a sport, for cardio, that's fine. But if you're playing a sport just for fun, just wasting time, just drifting, I don't promote that over here. That's all I gotta say. But even though I still got on the court and, I played for like 2 or 3 hours. I got my cardio day today since I'm not working out. Once a week is not bad, especially if it's for cardio, But yeah, man, I'm here, bro. Just got off the court. It's day 7, feeling very good. Still no sexual urges today. I'm not gonna lie. Still no sexual. I'm not struggling in that part of NoFap. Like I feel like it's very easy. I felt like after I fasted, the first 2 days after the fast, I'm not gonna lie, the energy was a little bit overwhelming. But right now, like I'm breezing through. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's a breeze. It's easy. Maybe because I'm not focused on sex. I'm changing my thought patterns. One thing I should tell y'all, man, you guys gotta be doing affirmations and doing visualizations. I'm not gonna lie, that is key. I feel like when I visualize, let's say I get a sexual urge, right? And you get a stiffy, pause, we keeping it real. If you getting a stiffy, I ain't gonna lie, what you need to do is, my bad, this is crazy. This is New York right here. Look at that. It's crazy. Anyway, it's crazy. Crazy, NYC. It's crazy, NYC. Anyways, back to it. Yeah, if you get in a stiffy, oh my gosh. No way. It's crazy. Bike life, man. Bike life. You see that? This is what I want to do, bro. That's what I want to do. I eventually want to own a bike and ride a bike when I can. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we gonna do. Y'all gonna see me. I might post a video like that on the channel in the future. But anyways, yeah. So when you get a stiffy, this is what y'all need to do, and this is key, bro. This is what's gonna help y'all. When you get a stiffy, what you need to do is close your eyes and breathe in. Imagine like a dot, basically from your groin, going to your spine, and then going to your brain. I know this is weird. I know this is crazy, but it works. Like it takes away the urge right away. And then as you're doing that, when you're breathing in, when you're taking deep breaths and channeling that energy, what you do is think about, visualize yourself, your future self, like being successful or being where you want to be at. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, that's key, brothers. That's key. But anyways, man, you should be visualizing. You should be, if you're not visualizing yourself, if you're not doing affirmations, if you don't see yourself in a certain spot in the future, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be hard for you to continue on with the journey. It's gonna be very hard for you, because part of that keeps you going. I'm not gonna lie, it keeps you going. If you don't see yourself, I'm not gonna lie, if you don't believe that you're gonna be different, that you're gonna be great, it's gonna be tough for you to stay on this journey. It's gonna be tough for you to stay on NoFap. It's gonna be tough for you to keep working out. It's gonna be tough for you to keep meditating, to keep self-improvement. It's gonna be tough for you. You should be visualizing yourself. That's important, man. Everybody should be doing deep work at least twice a day. What I do, this is my routine. 10 minutes, I do masculinity affirmations. Then another 10 minutes, I do wealth affirmations. Then for 20 minutes, I do visualizations. And, you could do your research about that, but it's very productive, man. It's very productive. It's a beautiful day out here, man. Beautiful day out here. You got people working out. Yeah, man. You gotta visualize, man, because I ain't gonna lie, man, it's key, and you really have to believe where you're going, where you're gonna be at. You know, you have to have a vision in your head, and that vision also will give you the confidence to, when somebody, for example, if somebody doubts what you're doing, if they doubt, let's say you're working on a project and they don't see the future, they don't see the fruits of it in the future, but you see it in your head. That's another powerful way, because somebody, let's say you're doing a project and you're not visualizing nothing, you don't see the end result of it in your head. Eventually you're gonna give up, because somebody's gonna tell you, hey man, I'm not gonna lie, this project is not it. You stop, you wasting your time. I ain't gonna lie, you gotta stop, man. And that will drain your confidence, you know, and that will make you stop, bro. I know a lot of people like that. They eventually start a project and then people talk shit about it, and then they eventually stop. They let other people dictate their actions. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they let other people dictate their confidence. They're worried about what other people think about them. You know what I'm saying? And that's key, man. We should be visualizing ourselves, man. We should see our future selves. We should be picturing that in our head. We should fall in love with it. Channel that sexual energy into that, into those pictures in your head. You know what I'm saying? That's key, man. And I feel like that's what's keeping me going, man. It's day 7 and it's powerful. Like, I'm not gonna lie, and I feel calm. I'm not gonna lie, I feel calm. I don't feel like a creep. Not gonna lie, that's one thing too, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're on NoFap, let's say you're on NoFap for like 30 days, man. I remember when I used to do this, right? I was on 30 days and I kind of felt like a creep. Not gonna lie, like I was looking at girls, I was bugging, you know? Like the lust was overwhelming. Like that's one side effect of NoFap. If you're not doing the right things though, if you're not channeling that energy, that's why it's important for you to channel the energy. If you don't channel the energy, what NoFap is gonna, only for a few though, only for a few days, maybe for a month, because I don't want to discourage you guys. But if you're not channeling the energy, that energy is gonna be overwhelming, and it's gonna turn you into, like, I'm not gonna lie, into a gooner in real life. Basically, you're gonna be lusting after any girl that walks by, and you're gonna look super desperate. It's important to channel your energy. It's important to visualize. It's important to meditate and do the deep work. Instead of playing video games, instead of watching TV, instead of watching sports, man. That's what you gotta do, man. Anyways, yeah, man, it's that serious, bro. It's that serious. I mean, hope this message resonates with anybody there, man. But that's all I got for y'all, man.